Yeah, I'm really late to the party when it comes to making a video on the Lumix L10, but I think what I have to say is important. So if you don't know me, my name's Dustin, your video tour guide, and remember to keep your arms and legs inside your chairs at all times. I'm not in a chair right now, but sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. First off, this video is not sponsored by Lumix, nor do they have influence on my thoughts and opinions. I also was not invited to the launch event in Japan, but Lumix did send me the L10. They didn't ask for a video or for anything in return. I actually didn't think I was getting the L10, so I put in a pre-order, but shortly after the announcement, I was told one was on the way. So to start things off, I'm going to talk about all the things I like about the L10. I definitely think that this is Lumix's most stylish camera, I guess, is the best way to describe it. I love the textured grip. It feels very modern and different from any of the other cameras. I love the collapsible lens cap, which isn't just cool, but it's very practical. I also like the size. I wouldn't really classify this at all as a pocketable camera, but it is very compact. It's actually the very first camera that I have that fits inside this small bag from Polar Pro. I've actually been waiting to use this bag. They sent this to me a long time ago, and yeah, I haven't had a camera that actually fits inside of it. I really love the limited edition colors that Lumix is starting to do with their cameras, kind of like what they did with the S9. This one though, on the L10, it takes it a few steps further by adding the gold menu that you can change to the default as well if you like, and it also removes the Lumix logo on the front and puts it on the back below the hand grip. The other non-limited edition colors don't do this, the silver and the black, just so you know. I love the new classic gold photo style. I actually feel like they were slightly inspired by me to do this. It's probably just a coincidence, but in this video I made last year, I actually made a LUT that matches the limited edition S9. You can go download that for free if you like as well. And now they've added this new classic gold photo style. I don't know. Either way, I've been loving this new photo style and using it a ton, and I really hope that it comes to the other Lumix cameras as well, this picture or this photo style. There is a bunch of new Lumix Lab updates they announced too with this camera that I love. You can now do wired transfers to your phone instead of only Wi-Fi. You can edit raw photos inside of the app. Hi Aja, give me this. Give me, drop it. Oh, Aja, she almost just ran straight into the camera. Go get it. So I've been feeling kind of uninspired filming videos downstairs in my YouTube studio, so I'm out here in my backyard. Anyways, you've also got some enhanced LUT parameters, meaning if you create a LUT inside the app and mess with grain, sharpness, noise, or noise reduction, it'll save those parameters to that LUT. So that's super cool. And they also added some new MP4 Lite options. I don't think you understand how exciting this is. Think of MP4 Lite as probably one of the best codecs to record everyday footage in. It's extremely, well, light on hard drive space. It's easy to work with on phones and other less powerful devices, and it's also 10-bit. You can now shoot in 60 FPS and 120 FPS, and now inside the Lumix Lab app, you can do speed ramping, which is kind of interesting, I'll say, but also cool. Another cool thing about this camera is this new lens function switch that's on the front of the lens, or the back of the lens, I guess. The default is when you switch this is to be able to change through different aspect ratios, which is cool, but it can also be customized to a bunch of different things as well. I love this functionality, and I think that Lumix should take note of this and maybe start adding it to even their future interchangeable lenses for their Micro Four Thirds cameras and S-series cameras, because it's extremely handy on this camera. Now, this camera likely is going to be compared heavily to the Lumix S9, which there are some things the L10 has that maybe some wished the S9 had. The L10 has a hot shoe, which is nice if you want to attach a flash, or Lumix's new hot shoe microphone. It also has a EVF, which is especially useful for taking photos in bright environments, or if you have a hard time seeing the screen on the back. The L10 also has a mechanical leaf shutter, which the S9 does not. It's electronic only. The one thing about the L10 though is it can only go up to a 2,000th of a second mechanical shutter. You can go higher than that. You just have to turn on the electronic shutter, or you can change your shutter to auto and it will automatically switch to electronic if you go higher than 2,000th of a second. If you didn't know that you could do that and you want to learn about more settings on your Lumix camera, then you should check out my course, Lumix Pro. It's one of the best places to learn about everything on any Lumix camera. The L10 I felt is different enough that I'll be adding a section for the L10 to cover settings the other cameras don't have, but even now it'll pretty much teach you everything on the L10. It's just a one-time payment, gives you lifetime access to a growing library of videos, not just what is there now. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, so if you're interested, check out the link in the description to learn more and join the almost 1,000 students who are mastering their Lumix camera. Now let's talk about what the L10 does not have or is lacking. The biggest one that you may not know is that it does not have IBIS. It does have OIS, but not Lumix's godlike IBIS. Now, to me, this isn't such a big deal. The OIS is actually pretty good, even for video. In video, you can also use E-stabilization, which works fine. But I can see this being annoying for certain types of photography situations, so just keep that in mind. There's no joystick, no headphone jack, it's not weather sealed, no false color, and these are the two things that kind of get me the most. There's no shutter angle, and there's no autofocus in video before recording. So what I mean is when you're in the video mode, the autofocus will not start until you click the record button. So continuous AF only works while recording. You can't preview it. But hold on, Dustin. This is a photography camera, not a video camera. At least, this is what Lumix is really pushing, it seems, in its marketing. To me though, I'm like, is it though? In regards to the photography capabilities on this camera, yes, it's a great camera to take anywhere with you and take photos with. The quality is great, the features are great, it's super compact, it even offers a ton of cool features like crop zoom to give you a ton more flexibility while you take photos. But it's also a great video camera. And I kind of see this as one of the most perfect cameras to use as a compact family travel camera for photos and video. You even have 32-bit float recording, which I'm like, I don't really see a reason why you would need 32-bit float on this camera, especially if there's, I guess because there's no headphone jack. I don't know, feels kind of weird that they added 32-bit float. They just took away these two video features that I see more as like a convenience feature while shooting video, and not as much a feature that defines whether or not this camera is a video-centric camera or leans more to the video side. And so to me, this camera, the Lumix L10, and Lumix may not like me saying this, is a compact travel hybrid camera. I understand that Lumix has kind of had a hard time really capturing the more photography-centric creators, freelancers, and professionals, mostly because they have such strong video features, and us video guys maybe kind of dominate the conversation online about their cameras. So maybe people don't really see Lumix as a strong photography camera. And to be honest, their cameras are also amazing photography cameras. And it surprises me that not more people choose Lumix for photography. I'd actually be curious if you're mainly a photographer that doesn't shoot Lumix, like what do other brands offer from a photography perspective that Lumix does not have or do and keeps you with that system over even considering Lumix. Hold on, don't mess up my camera, okay? Don't mess it up, don't do it. So he loves attention, right? He loves attention. He loves scratches. But then when you go to grab his paws, you go to grab him, come here, hey, come here, come here. You don't like it. He doesn't like his paws being grabbed. Okay, I'll play with you in a second. I also understand that Lumix was probably trying to break more into the photography segment with the S1R2, which for me, it actually did. I do more photography gigs than ever because of that camera, and anytime I want to take pictures, I always lean towards that camera. Even next week, I'm doing a photography event coverage type of gig, and it's all because of that camera. Like, I didn't even really do, like, I would say my photos just didn't really stand out until the S1R2. That camera is just like magic when it comes to photos and video too, but it is just, it looks so good. But yeah, why aren't more photographers buying that camera? Sorry, I keep having to adjust the exposure because it's getting dark out here. I need to wrap up. So anyways, back to the L10 on why I think it's silly to try and push this as only a photography camera. At the end of the day, no matter how you market this camera and want it to be, the users that actually buy this camera and use it will decide. Taking away features that you classify as video-centric features like shutter angle and continuous autofocus before pressing the record button that I see as more of a convenience feature will cause the users to encounter scenarios like this. So during the 4th of July, my wife was recording me and my son lighting off fireworks. And before she pressed record, she said, "The camera's not focusing." I told her to press the record button and it'll start focusing. She responded with, "That's stupid. I don't like that. None of your other cameras do that." I'm glad you said that though, because that is something I'm going to bring up on my video about this camera is that they removed that feature on that camera.
I don't like that.
I don't either, because to me it's a convenience.
Well, and I think I'm doing something wrong.
Exactly. I see a lot of beginners just buying this camera, and you know, I can see shutter speed maybe not really being as big of a deal, but it's like, just like what you do with all the other cameras, just don't have shutter angle enabled by default and just let it be in the menu, and let somebody who's new to the system discover what shutter angle is once they become more of an intermediate user and they start to realize, oh, like no other cameras have this besides Lumix. And then they fall in love with Lumix like the way I did back when I started using Lumix. I fell in love with Lumix because of the features that it offered for the price that other cameras did not. And I think if Lumix starts to just take away features like that, I feel like it's just going to cause more frustrations than it is the users that they want to actually buy the camera, if that makes sense. So in conclusion, what am I saying here? Don't buy the camera? No, that's not what I'm saying. It's a fantastic little compact camera and probably will be one of Lumix's best-selling cameras. In fact, I think the camera is already back-ordered, and I'm stoked for that. I love Lumix, so seeing them succeed makes me happy. But what I'm trying to say is, I refuse to call this a photography camera. It's a hybrid camera to me, and can equally do photos and videos extremely well. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to say. If you want to support the channel, I'll have affiliate links down in the description to all the gear I use, including the L10. Those obviously support me by giving me a kickback, but the best way to support me is my course, so be sure to check that out as well. You can always support me though just by hitting the subscribe button and the bell button to be notified of future uploads. Till the next video though. Normally I end the videos with happy filming, but since, you know, Lumix is trying to push this as more of a photography camera, happy pictures. Happy pictures.